The last thing I wanted to talk about actually is it's very sad and it just builds on to the incompetence of the PCB, and that is the injury from Ihsanullah. So just some context, some timeline. Ihsanullah was the best bowler of the PSL last year, clocked in 150 clicks. I think he was the second highest wicket taker behind Abbas Afridi. And because of that, because of his fiery pace, his height, he was given a chance in the Pakistan team against the series against Afghanistan and the series against New Zealand that followed at home. He also debuted for Pakistan in ODI, so he was sort of part of the Asia Cup and World Cup plans, kind of. Now, in the same series, the home series against New Zealand in April of last year, Ihsanullah complained of pain in his elbow. He was having issues with straightening his elbow. There were scans done, and Ihsanullah at the time had a fracture in his elbow, but the doctors were not able to pick up his fracture in the scans. Now, because the fracture wasn't picked up, Ihsanullah continued to do his bowling, do his gym work, which further exasperated his injury. Now, after further complaints of his elbow pain, there were additional scans done, which finally showed that he has a fracture in his elbow. Now, they did a surgery on his elbow as well, but they didn't fix anything, so the surgery was a fail. And this could have been a career ending, or at the very least, a injury that could reduce his pace, that he's not even bowling like 145, 140 plus.
And then
which is what gives him the edge.
And what is the point of him then?
He's just another average bowler
as
in
a
Pakistan.
unique asset for Pakistan. Yeah.
So now Ihsanullah is off to the UK. Multan Sultans have arranged doctors for him, which are being paid for by the PCB. This has all been said by Ali Tareen on his Twitter account. We had some information before, but just didn't think it was appropriate to disclose it. But his injury has been mishandled to the max. And Ihsanullah is a guy who is literally from a village in somewhere in KPK. He doesn't understand much. You can see that by how he handles his Instagram account. And he needs proper supervision, guidance. And there were still clips of him bowling in some match from the city where he's from. So just poor management. And we have the PCB has a track record of mismanaging injuries. And there's a trust deficit in the Pakistan team of the players and the PCB medical panel. You can see why Shaheen Afridi arranged his own doctors when he was injured in his knee. He went to this football club in the UK where he did his rehab. He got his own hotel. He was paying for his rehab himself. Eventually, when Afridi spoke out in the media, the PCB came in and reimbursed Shaheen for his expenses. Naseem Shah was carrying a shoulder injury for 1 year. He was complaining of shoulder pain, but his injury was not picked until his shoulder was ruptured. It was too late. He missed the ODI World Cup. Mohammad Hasnain paid for his own ankle injury rehab in the UK. He was not a contracted player by the PCB. And this is what leads to insecurity. This is why players don't want to rest. This is why they rush their comebacks, because they pay for this stuff on their own. They need money to make a comeback and rejuvenate or recuperate those losses. And it's just a sad state of affairs, because you can be a main bowler for Pakistan today, but you're one injury away from being mishandled by the PCB, the medical panel, and being out of cricket.
I mean, yeah, we heard rumblings about this when we were in Islamabad, and honestly, I didn't want to touch on this topic because it just makes me sad. Like, how many times are we going to let these so-called medical panelists at the PCB keep ruining careers? And like, I feel like people in Pakistan think that we have an abundance of bowlers and abundance of cricket players, and we may have a huge talent pool, but man, these players that come out in the top 15, top 20, top 25 are literally all we got at some point. And to see the Pakistan Cricket Board sort of not even mishandle, this is a clear corruption. That this is a clear state of incompetence and negligence from the PCB. And, Ihsanullah will once again be a footnote in the annals of Pakistan fast bowling because of what we've done to him. And, this doesn't just start from Ihsanullah. This goes way back to like Sarfraz Nawaz days, bro. Like Waqar Yunus was on Butta Fast talking about how his injury was aggravated and right before 1992. He wasn't at the World Cup. This is why. You know, those we've man, we have this legacy of just making sure that our players never reach the potential that they can, because we make sure that they're pulled down from every single asset. Like, if you can't trust your medical panel, then who can you trust? And the fact that MS is sort of coming in, arranging it, and yeah, sure, Big Daddy PCB is coming in and paying for the bills, but they should be the ones arranging everything and making sure that this guy is playing for Pakistan in the next 24 months. And here we are talking about another horror story.
Rahman Reis on our podcast mentioned that in 2018, when he picked up his injury, Rahman Reis, a Champions Trophy winner, he was let go from the PCB's central contract list. He had to pay for his own surgery, and half of that bill was paid by Islamabad United. So you're talking about an international Pakistan player needing to be assisted by a franchise.
Champions Trophy winner.
A Champions Trophy winner, goddammit.
Yeah.
So so I think what it is that Pakistan having immense talent is both a blessing and a curse.
Yes. Because we take it for granted.
We're like, Ihsanullah gets injured, we'll find somebody else. We'll find Hasnain, we'll find Musa, we'll find the next Akif Javed, whatever it is, right?
I thought the 2023 World Cup would have been a grave reminder for the Pakistan cricket fans and the Pakistan cricket team / management that our resources are at the end of the day finite. We could not find a better bowler than Hassan Ali to replace Rasim Shah for the World Cup. That no shot that Hassan Ali is a world-class bowler, cricketer of the year, reason Pakistan has a Champions Trophy. I get it, right? Not the best pick for that special World Cup. So, I mean, quite a gruesome sight. I do hope Ihsanullah does come back and, takes his time with his aggravation and makes sure that he's well rested when he comes back.